Welcome back, family, to Family Still Matters. Welcome. I'm so glad you and your parents are here for another week of our teen Bible study in the book of Psalms. Before we begin, let's review last week's lesson from Psalms 59. Question number one was, why is David asking God to rescue him? Enemies, Saul's men, were watching his house to attack him. And that's why he was asking God to rescue him. And you can identify that in Psalms 59, verses 1 through 3. Question number two, what does David call God in this psalm? He calls God his strength, his fortress, and his refuge. And that can be found in Psalms 59, verses 9, and then verses 16 through 17. And this is all in the NIV. Question number three, when does David say he will sing about God's love? David says he will sing about God's love in the morning. That's Psalms 59 and 16. So I hope you got all of those answers. So we're going to say, great job remembering. So now let's start Psalm 60. We're going to begin by reading Psalm 60, okay? Psalm 60 in the NIV, verse 1 says, you have rejected us, God, and burst upon us. You have been angry, now restore us. You have shaken the land and torn it open. Mend its fractures, for it is quaking. You have shown your people desperate times. You have given us wine that makes us stagger. But for those who fear you, you have raised a banner to be unfurled against the bow. Save us and help us with your right hand, that those who love may be delivered. God has spoken from his sanctuary. In triumph, I will parcel out Shechem and measure off the valley of Sukkoth. Galilee is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is my helmet. Judah is my scepter. Moab is my wash basin. On Edom, I toss my sandal. Over Philistia, I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Is it not you, God? You who have now rejected us and no longer go out with our armies? Give us aid against the enemy, for human help is worthless. With God, we will gain the victory, and he will trample down our enemies. May God add a blessing to the reading of his word. Okay, now that we've read Psalm 60, let's have a little brief introduction. Psalm 60 is a national prayer after Israel faced defeat in battle. David cries out for God's help, realizing that human strength alone isn't enough. This Psalm reminds us that victory only comes from God. And when we depend on him, he gives the power to overcome. Our memory verse this week in the NIV is Psalms 60, verses 11 through 12. Give us aid against the enemy, for human help is worthless. With God, we will gain the victory, and he will trample down our enemies. Hallelujah. A few definitions. You probably know this, but enemy, an enemy is someone who opposes or fights against you. Victory is rescue or deliverance or triumph, especially through God's power. And when something is worthless, it's empty, without value or strength. All right, in our questions for Psalm 60 this week, question number one, What help does Israel ask God for after defeat? Question number 2. What does David say about human help? Question number 3. Where does victory truly come from? All right. It is easy to think we can win battles on our own, whether it's trying to impress people, ace a test, or fix problems by ourselves. But just like Israel's army, we quickly realize human strength runs out. Psalm 60 reminds us that real victory doesn't come from trying harder, it comes from relying on God. So, for you teens out there, that could mean praying before a big challenge, trusting God when friendships are tough, or leaning on Him when you feel weak. With God, you don't fight alone. I want you to remember that. With God, you don't fight alone. He's right there with you. Thank you so much for joining me, Princeton, Ivy, parents and friends, Elijah, Courtney, Corey, and all of my past students. I invite you to invite your parents to continue to join us in our weekly Bible studies. And I again thank you for joining me today for today's lesson in Psalm 60. Here on Family Still Matters, if this study encouraged you, please share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to like or even leave a comment. I'd appreciate you leaving a comment, letting me know something you want to know and something you have learned. I'll see you next week as we continue with Psalm 61. May God richly bless you. I love you guys. Bye bye.